This is Milton Smith in reference to CRJ 490 Interviews and Interrogations, conducting a role-play scenario, practical exercise, and we'll begin at this time. How you doing, Mr. Jones?
Fine, Detective Smith.
I appreciate you coming and talking to me.
Yes, sir.
You know, I hope I didn't take you out of your day too much, but I really thought I could talk to you. You may have some things you can help me with, though, right?
Okay. I'll try.
How you been?
Fine.
Doing good?
Yes, sir.
Talked to your probation officer lately?
Yes, sir. Saw him this week.
Good, good. Y'all doing well then, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. You still living at your same address?
Yes.
Is your mom still there too? Your
Yes.
mother?
Yes, she's still living there.
Okay. You working right now?
No, I can't find a job. I was laid off about 3 months ago and still haven't found anything.
Well,
But I'm looking.
Yeah. Economy today, it's hard, but keep looking. It'll get better for you, I'm sure. The reason I asked you to come in reference to maybe something that I'd heard you may could help me with, because I know you're out there and you know a lot of people and you see a lot of things, but maybe you could you might have some information.
I'll try to help you.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
that's all I ask you to do. You know, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. That's all I can ask for. But maybe you could. Before I do that, I'm just curious. Did you watch the Braves last night?
No, sir.
You did? Do you watch the Braves?
Sometimes.
Okay, because you know they just started the season up. Everything's looking real good right for them now. Chipper's come alive, doing real well. You need to watch them, especially if you ain't got a job. You know, you got time to watch the Braves, keep up with them and all.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, let me get into what's going on. About 3 months ago, we had an incident here in Thomasville. Of course, you know I do work for the Thomasville Police Department, and you know I do investigations. I've spoke to you before in the past about things. But anyhow, this was back in January. We had an incident where a jewelry store had gotten broke into, and somehow maybe I thought you might have some information you might be able to could help me with. Have you even heard about that?
No, sir. I hadn't heard about it.
Okay. Well, this was on January the 8th, and this was at the Thomas Jewelry Store in Thomasville. Okay. And this was probably around 2 o'clock in the morning. You hadn't heard anybody on the street or anybody talking about anything like that?
No, sir.
Nothing at all? Okay. Well, let me ask you then, on the 8th, and where were you at? Do you remember where you may have been?
No, I think that's the day I lost my job, actually, so I was probably out drinking somewhere.
Okay. Where were you working? You remember?
At the school at the construction site there.
Okay. Here in town, the one where they're... Okay.
Yeah, with McDonald Construction.
Okay, I'm with you. All right. But you lost your job that day?
Yes, sir.
Sorry to hear that. But like you said, keep your head up on that one. But you're not familiar with anything about anything that may have been going on with that? Hadn't heard anything?
I don't know. I might have heard about the burglary.
What'd you hear?
I haven't heard anything. I might have read it in the paper.
Okay.
Maybe that's what I did.
Well, let me ask you then. Are you familiar with this jewelry store at all? You know what you want to talk about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever been there?
Not that I remember, no.
Okay. Well, have you ever...
I don't have that kind of money.
Okay, I understand. So you don't think you've ever been there, or you're not sure?
I'm not sure. I don't recall there being there.
Okay. Now you said that day you may have been drinking. Who were you with drinking?
Probably by myself.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of times I just start drinking and drink too much and wake up wherever I wake up.
Okay. I understand. Well, let me ask you then. I noticed you got a little scar on your hand there.
Yeah.
What happened there? I mean, I won't say little. It's actually kind of large. What happened? It looked like you got hurt pretty bad.
I cut myself at work.
Really? When did you do that?
It was a couple of weeks ago, something like that.
Okay. So that's been a couple of weeks ago. But you said you wasn't working. So what?
Well, I mean, maybe I guess it was right before I quit my job or lost my job.
Okay.
So it might have been.
What were you doing? Do you remember what happened?
No, not really.
Okay.
Probably cut it on a nail or something.
Okay. Well, it looks pretty bad. Did you have to get any stitches or go to the doctor?
No.
You didn't?
No, it just healed on its own.
Okay. All right. But you're all right with that now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Well, let me ask you then. But you and I'm gonna kind of back up. You said you don't recall ever going to the jewelry store, and you don't think you've ever been there. Okay. Well, help me understand some things here, because I've come up with some facts, and that's the reason I wanted to talk to you about it was, what would you say if I told you that I had some fingerprints where your fingerprints were located at the jewelry store, inside the jewelry store?
know.
Does that help you remember any? You think you possibly could have been there then?
Well, there's a chance I could have. Like I said, I drink, and I know I drink too much. I kind of got a problem with alcohol, and sometimes when I drink, I do things and don't remember about them.
You're trying to tell me that you just, what'd you say?
Kind of black out sometimes.
Black out.
When,
Okay.
I mean, when you just lose your job, I just went out and just got drunk.
Okay. So you don't really remember a lot, or is that common for you to do that?
Yeah, I've been doing it recently.
Okay.
A good bit.
Well, let me also tell you, we found some blood at the crime scene there at the jewelry store. And the blood kind of goes from the glass case in the front, it goes over to a manager's office where the safe's at, and then it goes out in the parking lot. So again, I'm just want to make sure you think hard now. You sure you don't think you've ever been there?
Am I in trouble?
Well, no, not at this point you're not, because I'm just trying to get some information, but I'm giving you every opportunity to tell me what you know and to think hard about it, and let's get to the bottom of it that way and we can move on.
Well, seriously, I don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe I was there that night. I don't know. Maybe me and some friends went by there. I don't remember. Like I said, a lot of times I'll just black out and I don't remember what I did.
Right. Well, the biggest thing we're trying to do here, there was a very expensive piece of jewelry taken, okay? And it's kind of like an estate piece that this jewelry store's had for a long time. Really wasn't even going to ever sell it, but it was just there, and that was stolen, and they really want that back, and that's what I'm trying, that's my goal.
I didn't take that ring.
Okay. So do you know about that ring? Have you ever seen it before?
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right. Well, listen to me, Jody. There's some things, I already know. And I think you're trying to be honest with me. We all make mistakes. And like I said, the biggest thing here is if you know something, you can tell me about it, okay? And so I think you do.
I've got some burglaries on my history.
How many?
I got 3 burglaries, and I'm on probation now, and I know if I've done something, I'm going to prison.
Well,
I'm going to prison, and I don't want to go to prison.
No one said anything about going to prison right now, but I just think
but I know it's going to happen if I've done anything wrong. I know I'm going to prison.
Well, maybe you can help me. Maybe you just know something about it. You can help me. Like I said, everybody makes mistakes, but you can't fix the mistake until you accept the fact that there is a mistake. But like I said, I think you just may know something. In fact, I know for sure that the fingerprints there are yours. We've already had them checked. And I know it's your fingerprints, so you've definitely been there. So I don't think you've been totally honest with me. We've gathered the blood samples. We're going to send that off for DNA. That may take a little time, but we'll get to that. We'll find out that's your blood. And honestly, I know you've been there because I've actually subpoenaed your medical records. And the next day you went to the doctor. Actually, you went to the emergency room, and with a cut on your hand, which matches the one you have. But I don't think you got it from working. So I think the blood's going to match. The medical record is going to show that you've been there, so you know more than what's going on. And I know it's hard for you to do, but this is the time you can go ahead and let all that out, and let's start fresh, okay? Because again, my bottom line here is to get that jewelry back. I know it's one piece of jewelry, and that's what we're concerned with, okay? So do you know where it's at?
All right, just being honest.
Okay.
I do know where the ring's at.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the ring that you're talking about, but I think it probably would be.
All right.
But I promise I don't remember doing anything. I don't remember going in the jewelry store. And I didn't mean to. It's just
okay.
I was drinking that night. I just lost my job. You gotta understand.
Well, I don't think you're a bad person. A lot of things happen, and it seems like when things are going bad, sometimes it just kind of keeps rolling and we can't help ourselves, But again, my goal here, you've answered most of it because you said you think you know where the ring's at. Is that what you said? Okay.
Yes, sir.
You think you can get that ring back for me?
If I can find it, what I did is I had a ring in my pocket.
Okay.
And I woke up, I guess it was the day after I lost my job. I woke up, I know I'd been drinking that night, and there was a ring in my pocket. And then I saw in the paper where the jewelry store had been robbed, and so I actually buried it in my yard.
So the ring is actually in your yard at your mom's house?
Yeah.
How'd you bury it? I mean, in the
Put
back?
it in a can and just buried it in the backyard.
Okay.
It's not deep, I just kinda,
Is it still there now?
it should be.
So you're telling me it's been there pretty much ever since you remembered what had happened? Okay.
And I mean, I'll get it to you. I mean,
Okay,
I can,
so
I
we
can
can
get
go-
you the ring, but man, I can't go to jail. I can't
Okay,
go to
well, let's
prison.
just worry about getting that ring back, cause you're doing the right thing. You know, you're helping us out and you're being honest, and that's the main thing here, is being honest and just getting everything out in the open. So the biggest key here is that you know where the ring's at and we can get it today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't remember where the ring come from?
I don't remember anything. Like I said, I was drunk.
But is
I
it,
swear I don't remember going in.
but is it possible because of the way you drink and blackouts, is it possible that you may have been in the jewelry store that night or early morning?
Well,
even though you
if
don't
I say
remember it?
yes, I know I'm going to prison.
Well, I'm just saying, even though you don't remember it, is it possible?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's possible.
How do you think you may have got it in your pocket? Because you said you was by yourself drinking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I probably did go in there and get it. I just don't remember. I think it was the alcohol. It wasn't me. I'm not a bad person. I know I've got
I know you're
got a
not.
big history. I know I've got 3 burglaries on my record. But you know,
Well, by what you,
I swear I didn't mean to.
and I know you did, but by what you're doing today, you're helping yourself and you're helping these people get their property back, and you're doing the right thing. Things will get better. We're not saying this is the end of the world, but that's our goal here, is to get to the bottom of it. And I appreciate you. Thirsty? Anything? You want something to drink or anything? You okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. Well, I appreciate everything you told me. If you'll hold on a minute, and I'll come right back. Okay? You sure you don't want anything?
I'm fine.
Okay. And then as soon as I come back, we'll ride over there and go get that ring. Good enough?
That's good.
All right.